finance and financial statement analysis. Finance and financial statement analysis. So what are we going to cover in this? Decisions in finance and financial statement analysis. What are the decisions in finance? We all, of course, are finance professionals already, so we know it quite well. The decisions which are taken in finance are number one, investment decisions, and that's where we talk about the capex decisions. Then we have to take working capital decisions, and working capital decision would mean as to what kind of levels of inventory and receivable we should keep in our business, and also what kind of financing we should use for our working capital in our business. Should we use bank finance, or should we use current liabilities for financing our working capital? Of course, the smart move is always to ensure that you are able to fund your working capital with the help of your current liabilities. So as much as you will finance your working capital needs with current liabilities, so much less you will be using the bank finance, and lesser the bank finance that you use, so much less is going to be your interest cost, and lesser is the interest cost, higher is going to be your profitability. And that is the working capital decision that we take in a business. Then we take financing decisions, and financing decision means what? It means what should be our capital structure, what should be our debt equity ratio, how much money I should put from my own pocket, how much money I should use by borrowing from the banks and the financial institutions, how much money I should invest by taking it from the public. So that is your financing decisions. Obviously, the driver in case of financing decisions is going to be the cost of financing, right? The cost of the financing, ownership of the financing, and the risk of financing. And those are the drivers in case of financing decisions. And then the fourthly, what we need to take decisions about the dividend. Should we pay dividend, or we should not pay dividend? If we should pay dividend, how much dividend we should pay, right? If we should not pay dividend, then there must be a good reason for a company not to pay dividend, because otherwise the shareholders will be unhappy about the management of that company. So friends, these are the decisions that we have to take in finance. Number one, investment decisions, and that would mean capital expenditure. Number two, working capital decisions. Number three, financing decisions, एज टू जो हम इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे हैं बिजनेस में, उस इन्वेस्टमेंट को फंड कैसे करेंगे, दैट इज योर फाइनेंसिंग डिसीजंस. And finally, dividend decisions, because shareholders have put their money into the company. They have put their money into the company with some expectation in terms of return. That return, of course, can come in two forms. And what those two forms are? Those two forms are, number one, the return can come by way of dividend, and number two, the return can come by way of capital appreciation. And what is capital appreciation? Capital appreciation would mean if I buy a share of a company at 100 rupees, and if it becomes 200 rupees in a year's time, that means I have got a return of 100% on my investment in this company, which of course I would prefer much more than the dividend that the company might pay of 10%, 20%, or whatever that amount be. So these are the four decisions that we take in the domain of finance.